Greetings everyone, this is Jennifer Kwan, one of your Pathways ambassadors here at District 100, and this video tutorial covers the traditional path and the Pathways path. Now that Pathways is rolled out, what does it mean for you? What do you do about that? What do you need to do from here, considering that Pathways is here? And that might be something that's confusing for you guys, so I'm gonna try to go through some pros and cons here to help you think about what is best for you to do from this point forward now that Pathways is here. If at any time you're interested in downloading the cheat sheets this presentation is covering, you're welcome to do so by going to this link. So Pathways is here. What does that mean? Well, if you have been a member of Toastmasters, you have the option of continuing on with the traditional program, and or you can go ahead and start on Pathways. If you continue with the traditional program, just know that it does end June 2020. So you're welcome to continue using it, but just know that once June 2020 hits, this program will no longer be practiced in Toastmasters. And as a member who was here with us before it rolled out in December of 2017, you do have the option of starting Pathways, using Pathways at the same time as you're working the traditional program. And really, in simple terms, if you do Pathways, what you do is take an online assessment, select a path based on the assessment, and then move from level 1 to 5 within the path. That's basically, in a nutshell, what's going on. I know that when the Pathways guides came out and explained what all these paths were, it was really the nuts and bolts of how everything works. But if you just want to simplify what they said without going into the details, basically you take an online assessment, you select a path, you go from level 1 to 5. You finish the path, okay, great, you get to select another path. You take an online assessment again, select a path, move from level 1 to 5. That's basically how that works. If you're interested in checking out what the paths are, what do they entail, what do they cover, you can check out these two documents here, the nuts and bolts of it, and, well, I call it the nuts and bolts. It's really called the Paths and Core Competencies document. This is also available for download on my website. Check it out. And the Navigator is a great resource. If you're a brand new Toastmaster, this also covers what Toastmasters is all about, what you get out of it, and then it goes into Pathways as well. Two great documents that are available for us. The traditional path. Why should you continue on in the traditional program instead of doing Pathways? Well, there's something to consider. If you're trying to achieve DTM through the traditional program, you know that this is familiar to you, and depending on where you are, then maybe you want to continue on and finish off. For instance, we have some members who have their Advanced Leader Bronze, and maybe they've got their Advanced Communicator Silver or Gold, and they're really close to getting to DTM. They're meeting all these requirements to get there, so it's worth it for them to continue working on this. They've got 2 years to complete it. It's worth it for them to pursue this to get the DTM on the traditional program. So that might be something to consider. Maybe that's what you want to do. You already started, you don't want to lose your progress, or maybe you're even all the way over here, but you think that you're so motivated you could move all the way to the end, finish all these requirements, and achieve DTM. Go for it. Or maybe you're really far along with your CC. Hey, I've got 9 speeches and I want to finish my 10th one. And then I'll go to Pathways. Great. You might have some goals that you wanted to achieve in this traditional program that you just want to finish, or you want to go to DTM, or whatever the case is. It's worth it for you to continue doing that and just do that before you start on Pathways. Things to consider. If your goal is to achieve DTM through Pathways, just know that there are no transferable credits from the traditional program to Pathways. Everybody is starting afresh on Pathways. So even if you're Advanced Leader Silver and Advanced Communicator Silver or something, and you decide, oh, I'm going to drop this and just go start Pathways, well, none of these are transferable. It might be more worth it for you to finish off to achieve your DTM here. Or if you're just starting out communicator, competent communicator and competent leader, and you don't want to do all this to get DTM, you just want to start in Pathways, that might be more worth it for you. It's all up to you. These are just ideas that I'm bouncing off for you to consider. But anyway, as I was saying, if you want to achieve DTM through Pathways, then to do that, you need to complete 2 paths. And all these requirements here are very similar to what was listed in the traditional program. 12 months as a club officer. I think the old program was just 6 months. 1 year as a district officer, serve successfully as a club mentor coach, serve successfully as a club sponsor, or conduct a speechcraft or youth leadership program and a DTM project, which is very similar to the HPL project in the traditional program. So there you go. I hope this explains a lot and gives you things to think about as you know that we have the traditional program and Pathways running right now. And I hope that gives clarity on what it means for you and gives you some action points to think about moving forward. Right? Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.